Alright, welcome back you guys. In this episode we're going to be building the EARL'S Longhouse, which is going to be basically where I'm going to live, moving out of my starter house over here that I built within the first week or so of the game into something more permanent, because this is going to have to move so that I can redesign everything else now that we're incorporating stone wall and bringing the hall to life here. So, oh, give me 1 second, the graphics are off. Alright, that should do it. Had the frame size a little bit too big, so we should be good now. We're gonna go ahead, and this is gonna be where I lie down for most of the nights throughout the game now. So basically what this is gonna be, first you're gonna have to figure out where you want to kind of lay out your path, right? So it's gonna be 5 by 9 tiles long. So one of these 2 by 2 tiles, it's gonna be 5 by 9 of those long. And you're gonna want to go ahead and level the ground and get everything the way you want it. So I was doing a little bit of hedging up around here, so I figured I would take the opportunity to show you guys. I'll get back within the range of the workbench, and all it is here is I can raise the ground up, get everything nice and flat. That way hopefully we can keep everything as supported as possible and maintain structural integrity, so that way there's no issues that come up later in the game. So you just simply take the hoe and level everything out, giving yourself a nice canvas to work off of, and then from there we're going to go ahead and start building. So you can see there's some of these beams in the ground, and I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what the purpose of that is, or how to put them there. But basically the purpose is just to make sure that these from the ground up the structure has as much support as possible. That way we don't have to worry about when we get higher up in the build, we don't have to worry about anything potentially collapsing, because it's supported all the way from the ground. And on top of that, having the floor raised a bit like this provides a nicer tone when you're walking. So if you take a listen, it just sounds like floorboards versus walking on ground, because there's nothing between the floorboards, or there's nothing underneath the floorboards but bare ground, or the air itself. There's no ground underneath to kind of absorb it. I think it makes a difference in the way it sounds. I could be wrong, but we're gonna go ahead and place some of these right here because I forgot. So you just snug them up wherever they fit nicely, so they're clicking to the corners here in between each of those. And then we're gonna go ahead and keep moving back, going all the way like this until, alright, so my hammer broke. I'm gonna have to go fix that, and I'm probably gonna sleep as well, and then we'll get back to it. Alright, so we've got rain here, not the biggest deal, but hopefully the sunlight should come out later on and show us a little mercy here. But we're gonna go ahead and just keep building down the floor. And if you look here, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is the platform we're working with. So I'm gonna go ahead and put down more of these support beams and finish the floor up, and then I'll catch up with you guys. Alright, so we've got the floor beams now, and don't mind the fog. Just with having dug into the ground a little bit here, it's high enough, or it's low enough from relatively where the surface level is supposed to be, that it's causing there to be some fog that builds up, which isn't the biggest deal in the world. So we're going to go ahead and identify the frame of the building here. So it's going to be right up against the stone wall here, which is perfectly fine. It's going to work out just fine. But this is kind of what I've got in mind here, is to go something like this. Gotta get back within range of the workbench. We're going to go ahead and move that workbench just so that I don't have to be trying to stand back and then get within the range of it. So we're going to go ahead and just plop one here, so what we're going to do as well is try to get one of these underneath those taller supports for the same reason as everything we did before, just so that once we get to where we're building higher up, we've got the that didn't do anything. We've got a straight connection to the ground. That's how the building mechanic in this game works. The structural integrity is determined by how far an item is from its closest attachment to the ground. So these are going to be totally sturdy because they're attached to the ground. I think these are buttoned up against it as well, so we've got nothing to worry about there. Go ahead and go to the other side here where I've already got them down. And I think we're going to do something a little off the cuff here. Those two are going to be lower than the rest of the building. So we'll go here and here. This will be a good example of where I have to tuck this one underneath, hopefully. No, that's not gonna quite work out either. So what you can do here is just take your pickaxe, hit the ground, get your hammer back out, plop this underneath, grab the hoe, and then you're gonna raise the ground back up. Let me grab some stone here. Raise the ground back to where it was, and once the fog lifts, I'll make sure that looks alright. But so with that, we're going to go ahead and continue building up this frame here, and I'll catch up with you guys once everything's done, just so that way this video isn't dragging on forever. Alright, so what I've gone ahead and done here is we've got the corner posts, which these ones are going to stay down at 1, just these front two, and then one block in. So on the second to last of the corners here, you've got two, I guess these would be 4 meter high poles, and then you're going to go in 2, place 4 meters posts, you're going in 2 again, place a 4 meter post, skipping 1, going 4, skipping 1, going 4, skipping 2, going 4. So what it's going to cause is, since this is 9 blocks wide, we've got a separation of 2, 2, 1, 2, and 2, and that's going to go for this same side as well. And then on the back here we've got 2, and then 1 in the middle, and then 2 as well. And from here, what we're going to do is I'm going to have a fireplace both right here and right here. So what we're going to do is go ahead and build half walls here, and actually we're going to go with them facing outwards like this. Right, so then we can go here and take a wood beam and go across like this. And just so you guys know, I'm building all of this off the cuff. I'm kind of just trying to put together some concepts of ideas that I've got in the works and see how everything goes together here. So what we're actually going to end up doing here is I'm going to take that up. Am I? So what we're going to put on the ground here is one of these. We're going to put a hearth right here, and that's going to provide the fire for this building, right? And it didn't work because it wasn't attached to the ground, so we're going to have to raise the ground. I'm going to go ahead and do that and play with this, and that's going to be where the fire for this entire building is, and we're going to kind of play with some stuff to make that work, and then the rest of it is just going to kind of move around from there. Alright, so this is what I ended up coming up with, and I'll go over how I built this specifically. We're going to do it on the other side over there, and then we're going to make some kind of smoke filtration system so that we're not smoking out the whole house. But basically all you're going to do is make it like this first. So you've got a 2x2 hole here, right? You're going to take the 2 meter beams and go like this, just making a rectangle around it just to create a nice appealing border. And eventually we're going to go back through and repair all of this broken wood, but right now it would just be a waste of time. Go ahead and put all these in, and I'll put the 2 walls up as well. And then from there we're just going to go ahead and create the stone hearth. And if you don't have one of these, you can simply just raise the ground up a little bit more and then place 2 campfires in for the time being, which is something I did in that building over there before I knew these were a thing. So you can just as easily do that, but we're going to go ahead and get this placed in here nicely. And those will allow us both nice lighting. It'll provide a little bit of atmosphere to the interior of this building, and we're also going to get the opportunity to sleep in here because there's going to be a fire nearby. So with that, we're going to go ahead and continue building. I'm going to play with stuff and catch you guys up. Alright, so I went ahead and slept and got a good idea of what to do here in the game. I slept. And what we're going to do is take 2 of these. I built these up here. We're going to take 2 thatched 45s right here and right here. We're going to go a little bit higher than that. So I'm going to find a way to get up there quick. Alright, so from those 2 fireplaces we have, we're going to go up another 2.5 meters, or I guess another 3 meters from the ground there, and then go ahead and put these here, and then we're going to put the 45-degree roofs right here, and then we're just going to remove the backing there because it's not going to be necessary. And then we're also going to extend the floor here and here by 1 tile. So we're going to do the same thing on this side. It should be, yep. So then we're going to take these 1-meter poles right there and right there. 2 meters across, just like this. Go ahead and hop back here and put these 45-meter beams. Just, oh, that's a 26. Put the 45-meter roofs just like that, and then I'm gonna go ahead and remove those right up there. So with that, we're gonna grab all this wood back up, and these are gonna get built up once more behind it. This wall is still going to stay here, but what that's going to do is allow us to create a chimney-like structure later on. So I'm going to keep moving here and we're going to come back to that. Actually, before we do that, I'm going to take 2 45s and connect them right. Does that connect that? Oops. We're going to go just like that. So once you've got the support beams down, we're going to go ahead and put 2 of these down on each side of the structure. So we've got right there, around the back side, be able to clip pretty easily, right there, and then we're just going to do the same here, just right there. And maybe right there. Cool. So we're gonna keep moving from this point. I just wanted to show you guys how I got here, and I'll update you on whatever happens next. Alright, so I had to go pick up some more wood, but I've got the next concept of the build underway here. What you're gonna do is take another 4 meters up from this post right here, and you're gonna go 2 squares in onto that corner. So you've got a 2x2 square here, and your post is going to go up there 2 blocks, and then the same thing's going to happen here. Is you're going to have a 2x2 square up 2 blocks, and then we're going to do the same thing here. There's the 2x2 square going up 2 blocks, and then we're just going to connect all of these across with beams. And what this is going to allow is for there to be an additional floor in the building. So we're going to make a staircase somewhere here, probably. Oh, wrong menu. Probably gonna go right here with it. This should be nice and easy. We'll just go here. Grab a floor there. And a floor there, which this is so much easier than a lot of the diagonal staircases I've done, which are not easy in any way, shape, or form. So we're gonna go here, here, and here. Alright, so the problem is gonna become this right here, but that's fine, we can break this. We'll, I've got a solution in mind already for that. We're gonna go all the way up to here. That should be on the level we want. It is. Okay, cool. So what we could do is we could pull that back one and make this even. So we're gonna go here. The staircase is instead going to start right here. It's gonna lead up to here. Floors are gonna go here. Got 1, 2, and then staircase is going to go here and here, and then we should be able to leave this beam here and still walk up perfectly fine. Nope, it's gonna get in the way. Cool. Alright, so we're gonna put floors all along here. That's gonna be the second floor, and the beds are gonna be up there. And this is kind of just gonna be a common area here, so I'm gonna keep going at it and kind of just fill stuff in. For anything you miss, it's just going to be floors going across here and bringing all this and making it supported. So I'm going to go ahead and knock that out. Alright, so one more small detail thing I figured I could put in for the staircase here. First, we're going to take this all the way down to the floor so that it's still supported. And then we're going to go ahead and connect these just like this, like it was intended to be. And then once that's done, we're going to grab these 26 angled pieces of wood here and go there and there and there and there, and then we've got 2 more to put here. Just taking care of all the small details is what really brings all these builds together. Like that staircase just has so much more life to it now, having done that. So I'm gonna go ahead and, you know what, I'm gonna connect this right here as well. So go there, perfect. I was thinking about it while I was cutting wood, and I want to do that with these. Missing. Oh, I've got to get more wood. So the biggest thing is like just adding small details where you wouldn't have to place more wood, but in placing it, it really ties everything together. That's kind of the biggest difference between a good piece of construction and a really great looking piece, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and just fill all these floors in, and then we're gonna go from there. Alright, so the floors are in. I'm just bringing all these support beams up once to just keep some congruity within the build, and then I'll figure out what I'm going to do after this. Alright, so the build is slowly starting to take place here. I'm going to go ahead and put a support beam up on that corner where it was missing one. But I've got a good idea of what this is going to turn out like. I'm going to go ahead and start building these chimney chutes up now. So what we're going to do is first, that might be a little bit problematic. Actually, we can go here. And then if that doesn't clip in, that's fine. We'll just keep going on with this for now. Right, so that should, we'll go ahead and try to connect these and bring this into the build here. Yep, and then we'll hopefully be able to get a shorter one right Oh, this one. Let's see if there's somewhere I can hop up. Perfect, cool. So, just for the basic structure, since that one was a little wacky and you might be building somewhere where you're not halfway into a hillside here, you're just going to take these 2-meter beams, or 2-meter wood poles, and bring them up twice, and then a third time here. So you should have it looking... easy now. About like that. And then what we're gonna do, I'm gonna have to attach that far one here, obviously. Here, I'm gonna build some temporary floors here to stand on, just for convenience sake. Alright, so we're gonna put this here. Now we're going to take these and go across. 1, 2, 1, 2, and then we're going to take 45s again and go here, 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 and here, and we're going to go one more up to, oh, I've got to get more wood again. Alright, so we're gonna hop back up there. I'm gonna have to sleep here soon, the sun's going down. But I'm gonna grab the hammer here. And then we're doing 2 of these right here. So just like that and that. And that is for the most part gonna finish out the structure of these chimneys. We're just gonna take these, wherever they are, these right here, and fill the edges out, and that'll be it for these until later. Alright, one thing I almost forgot is we're gonna have to go ahead and fill these in now, because this is where all the smoke is gonna come out through. So we're just gonna go ahead and make sure I've got the right side of the wall. It's gonna be, that's gonna go there, there, all the way up. Oh, all the way up, and we're gonna do this throughout the whole building.